Hi, welcome to another video. So ever since I made the NVIDIA NIM videos and the Kimi K3 videos, a lot of you have been asking me the same thing in the comments. Can you make one complete tutorial on a fully free AI coder setup? Basically a setup where you don't pay for the coding agent, you don't pay for the models, and you still get something that is actually usable for real work, and not just some toy that falls apart the moment you give it a real task. So in this video, that's exactly what we're going to build. The setup has three parts. First, a free coding agent, which is going to be OpenCode. Second, a free model catalog, which is NVIDIA NIM's preview endpoints on build.nvidia.com. And third, the star of the show, which is Kimi K3, the model that landed third on my leaderboard, and which you can currently use completely for free through ZenMux. By the end of this video, you'll have a terminal coding agent connected to multiple frontier-level models, and the total cost of the whole thing is $0. So let's get right into it. First, let's quickly talk about the agent itself, because that's the base of everything. I'll be using OpenCode for this setup. It's free, it's open source, it works really well in the terminal, and it has become one of the most popular agentic coding tools out there. But the main reason I'm using it for this video is that both of the model sources we're going to use, NVIDIA and ZenMux, exist as official providers inside OpenCode. So there's no messing around with config files, no custom provider JSON, no base URLs. You just connect them from within OpenCode itself, paste your API key, and pick your model. That's it. Both of these are first-class options in there, which makes this whole setup stupidly easy. So that's part one done. The agent is free. Now we need models. Anyway, now let's come to the first model source, which is NVIDIA NIM. So NVIDIA has this thing on build.nvidia.com/models, where they host a full catalog of models behind their NIM APIs. NIM stands for NVIDIA Inference Microservices, and the simple way to understand it is that NVIDIA takes these models, optimizes them for their GPUs, and gives you API endpoints that you can use through their platform. And the crazy part is that a huge chunk of these models have free preview endpoints for development. There's actually a filter on the models page for exactly this. If you filter the catalog by preview NIM types, you get the list of all the models that are hosted as preview endpoints, which are the ones you can call for free with just an NVIDIA API key. I'll put the filtered link in the description so you can see the exact list yourself. As I'm recording this, the catalog shows around 140 models in total, with roughly 77 free endpoints in there. The exact numbers keep changing as they add and rotate models, but the point is, this is not some tiny demo page. There are actually serious coding and agentic models in this list. You've got NVIDIA's own Nemotron 3 Ultra, which is a 550 billion parameter hybrid Mamba transformer model with a 1 million token context window. You've got MiniMax M3 Preview, which is the big multimodal one that can handle text, images, and video, and is built for long horizon coding and design workflows. You've got Step 3.7 Flash, which is the fast developer loop model. And on top of that, there's DeepSeek V4 Flash and Pro GLM-5.1, Kimi K2.6, MiniMax M2.7, Mistral Medium 3.5, Qwen models, Gemma models, and a lot more. So from one single API key, you're getting access to models from basically every major open model lab. That is actually amazing. And getting it into OpenCode is as simple as it gets. You sign in on NVIDIA Build, grab your API key, and since NVIDIA is an official provider in OpenCode, you just connect it there, paste the key, and all of these models show up in your model picker. No setup gymnastics at all. So that's the NVIDIA side done. Honestly, you could stop right here and already have a really solid free setup. But now let's come to the best part of this video, because there's one model that I really want in this setup, and that is Kimi K3. If you watched my benchmark video on it, you know that K3 scored 62 out of 80 on KingBench, which put it in third place overall, just behind Fable 5 and Opus 4.8. And I said back then that the benchmark actually undersells it, because in real, messy, long horizon agentic work, it feels better than Opus 4.8 and GPT 5.6, Soul. It grabs a task by its head and just doesn't give up until it's finished. It doesn't overthink. It doesn't stop halfway to ask you what to do next, and it's really good at using whatever tools it finds available. So obviously the question is, how do you get this model for free? Well, this is where ZenMux comes in. ZenMux is an AI model aggregation platform, kind of like OpenRouter. It gives you one API that routes to a bunch of different models from different labs. And right now, they have Kimi K3 listed as moonshotai/Kimi-K3-free, and it is free for a limited time on their pay as you go system. So you're getting Moonshot's flagship model, which is a 2.8 trillion parameter model with their Kimi Delta attention setup and a full 1 million token context window at zero cost. I'm saying for a limited time because that's exactly what they say on the model page. This is clearly a promotional thing to get people onto the platform before normal pricing kicks in. So if you're watching this video a few weeks after release, check the model page first to see if the free tag is still there. Take the timing with a grain of salt, but as of right now, it works, and it's free. They also have a few other free models on there, like Gemini 3 Flash Preview, GLM-5.2 V Flash, and KIT Coder Pro, all with the - free suffix. So the platform is worth poking around in general. And just like NVIDIA, ZenMux is also an official provider in OpenCode. So the flow is exactly the same. You create a free ZenMux account, grab an API key, connect ZenMux inside OpenCode, and then just select the Kimi K3 free model. Since the model itself is free, you don't even need to load any credits to use it. So now you have the full setup. OpenCode as the free agent, the NVIDIA NIM preview catalog as your free model buffet, and Kimi K3 through ZenMux as your free frontier model. 2 providers connected once, and a whole roster of models sitting in one model picker. Now let me tell you how I would actually use this day to day, because having 5 models connected is nice, but you need a mental model for when to use what. My daily driver in this setup would be Kimi K3. It's the strongest model of the bunch, and the long horizon capability is the whole point. But remember what I said in the K3 video about steering it. Prompt it to the final goal, not the next step. Don't babysit it with small instructions, one by one. Describe the finish line, tell it how to verify the result, and let it run. It genuinely performs better this way. Then for quick stuff, like small refactors, docs, simple bug fixes, and repo Q&A, I would switch to step 3.7 Flash on the NVIDIA side, because speed matters in a terminal loop, and waiting forever between every file edit is just annoying. For front-end and design-heavy work, or anything where the model needs to understand screenshots, I would try MiniMax M3, because it's the multimodal one. And for the really hard planning and reasoning tasks, or when I want a second opinion on something K3 did, I would bring in Nemotron 3 Ultra, because a 550 billion parameter reasoning model with a million token context as a free backup is just ridiculous. And switching between all of these is just a model picker away inside OpenCode. You connect both providers once, and then you swap models per task. That's the whole workflow. Now, before we wrap up, let me be clear about the word free here, because I always want to be precise with this. On the NVIDIA side, these are free serverless endpoints for development. For normal coding usage, it can feel almost unlimited. But these endpoints have rate limits. Some models get slower when a lot of people are hammering them, and models can move from preview to paid or get deprecated. So this is for development, testing, and personal projects, not for running some production service. And on the ZenMux side, like I said, the K3 free access is a limited time thing. Enjoy it while it lasts. And if it goes paid, you still have the whole NVIDIA catalog sitting right there in the same setup, including Kimi K2.6. But even with those caveats, think about what this setup actually is. A year or 2 ago, getting this kind of model quality in a coding agent meant paying for at least 1 or 2 subscriptions plus API costs on top. Right now, a student with 0 budget can have a terminal agent running a top 3 model on my leaderboard with a 1 million token context window backed up by an entire catalog of frontier open models and pay literally nothing. Most of the students who watch my channel are exactly the people this is for. So that's the complete free AI coder setup, OpenCode, plus the NVIDIA NIM preview endpoints, plus Kimi K3 free on ZenMux. All the links will be in the description. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating through the Super Thanks option or becoming a member by clicking the Join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.